Hands together. Let's thank Alex for coming here and giving a great speech. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here, and I'll start with, maybe it sounds like a little joke. So there's three good things you should be happy about right now. One is that you've had a drink, which is always good before a keynote. Two, I think the raining and the flooding should be done by the time we're out. And three, this is only a 15-minute rather than a 45-minute talk, and I'm not going to be using any slides other than the one slide they'll put up that says who I am. So all three good things to start. So thank you again so much for having me come and speak today. Also very glad to see so many faces I recognize here in person. This is my first in-person conference and keynote in almost 2 years, I guess. And also welcome to any online participants who will be viewing this afterwards. For those in the audience who I have not had the pleasure of meeting, I'm Alex Rozenfeld, the founder of Climate Impact Capital, a firm I established in 2016 to catalyze what is in essence the topic of this keynote: energy leadership and entrepreneurship. So you may ask, what are the characteristics necessary for the next generation of energy entrepreneurs to be successful, and what are those elements that are needed to incorporate into the future of energy entrepreneurship? My background has been in corporate innovation, and the lessons learned I've made through managing a corporate fund of funds through many years. And where we want to talk about today is in those lessons learned from that corporate fund of funds, that what I identify that there are actually two different categories of energy entrepreneurs that we have here in Texas and worldwide, and what we might call the Texas two-step. The first category will be obvious. So let's pick up some startup entrepreneurs and focus on their very intensive energy businesses. And spoiler alert, the characteristics of the next generation of investors and entrepreneurs is not so much different than what we've seen in the past. One of them actually made history on Sunday. Can anyone shout out that person's name? Richard Branson. Good. That's a very intensive energy industry, the space industry, and certainly it was a big moment. And of course, other energy entrepreneurs like Elon Musk are also in that mix. Branson and Musk respectively founded their firms in 2004 and 2002, giving them both the amazing achievements of creating brand new business categories in commercial space travel. These achievements were possible because they both had long-term vision and perseverance. They are in essence the Midas touch of entrepreneurship that we seek in all startups. These entrepreneurs became great because they had three characteristics. First, they went deep in their technology area. They identified unique and disruptive solutions were needed in industries that were failing to deliver timely, impactful innovation. Next, they took risk. They put their own net worth on the line, and then were either able to bring the smart money or they became the smart money themselves. They had the vision last to become the market leaders. They were able to sell a vision of something bold that no one had achieved, and perhaps more importantly, stick to their vision. Let's compare that to some analogous big leaps we have been trying to make in the energy industry. Fusion energy, like space travel, has historically been the province of major government initiatives, starting back in the 1960s, focusing on what was considered the best pathway at the time, which was tokamak reactors and deuterium-tritium fuel. Private venture capital-based fusion technologies only began emerging in the 2000s. One example, found in 2002, is General Fusion, who I met over 10 years ago and is still pursuing their goal. However, now they're being backed by both Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates. These entrepreneurs became great because they had those three characteristics, and because they raised capital at the needed point in their company's life. With that capital, they were able to succeed. Branson and Musk, in fact, had, of course, started several successful businesses previously. And those businesses were relatively low tech and would not have qualified under the deep risk and visionary market leader characteristics that I talked about before. Their early successes are what, in fact, became instrumental in their ability to do their visionary, bolder initiatives. This is the so-called halo effect, where past success leads to the resources needed for future success. So let's step back to General Fusion. Because we know who Jeff Bezos is, because we know who Bill Gates is, can we begin to attribute some of the future success of General Fusion to those investment giants? And if General Fusion is successful, will we then know as investors who the big name bet is? And does anyone know who the CEO, CTO of General Fusion is? Probably not, because he hasn't been successful yet. It is Dr. Michael LeBerg. He's the founder and chief scientist, and if he is successful with General Fusion, we will certainly all know his name. In essence, I believe we have come to the point that we strongly define the success of an entrepreneur or a venture based on who is financing them, in addition to the founder themselves. That is why the second critical category that we're going to talk about today is the investor entrepreneur. And given the importance of the investor, we would like to propose a new model. Rather than focusing our energies on finding the perfect next generation of entrepreneur, can we as an energy industry take those great entrepreneurs' lessons and apply them to our way of investing? Can we create a financial and strategic halo effect in our own investments? And what do I mean by that? CSC has found that most corporate innovation teams have not yet evolved to that level of greatness we expect our entrepreneurs to evolve to. More importantly for us investors in the room, entrepreneurs are also realizing that, and the good entrepreneurs are picky as to whom they partner with. So what makes a great corporate entrepreneur? There are three elements, and the first two are the same. Vision, to see the future of the industry. Risk, to commit significant resources over an extended period of time and tolerate and learn from failures. And third is Kaizen. So what's Kaizen? Kaizen is the Japanese word meaning change for the better, and in its ultimate form means a seemingly integrated organization that can scale an idea quickly, integrate it internally, connect external technologies, and help it grow into a major new business. Why is this important to us and to me personally? As you may have guessed by the name of our firm, Climate Impact Capital, we strongly believe that the energy industry needs to radically change our approach to innovation. We not only need to bring up our game to the next level, but we also need to deal with major structural issues. These issues include identifying and implementing pathways to create significant, I'd say over 50%, decarbonization opportunities by 2030, and net zero solutions that integrate all aspects of the supply chain by 2050. For that, we certainly need vision, risk, and Kaizen. We'd like to leave you with a roadmap of how to identify where you are in that innovation journey and where you need to be identified as a firm that creates a halo effect for its investments. In our research, we have identified 5 types of corporate open innovation and venture capital, which we'll talk about today. First is the broad investor. Then you have the deep investor, the fast follower, the smart money, and last, the market leader. Each has its own characteristics. The broad investor, a lot of looking and learning, all over the place often, but very little action, ever. I think they will disappear. They have no vision, they don't take much risk, and certainly don't have Kaizen. Next is the deep investor. They're a little bit of the same, but they are focused on their current business issues, and they're certainly doing what it takes to outsurvive their competitors by going deep. The fast follower has perhaps more of a clear vision as to where they want to go, but they certainly take fewer risks. But they are very good at technology integration, and they also mean to be one of the last companies standing in their sector. Next are the two more interesting ones where I think everyone is trying to be, and perhaps a few of you may be even there. That is the smart money. You are strong in vision and in risk. You're developing deep opportunities across multiple businesses, but also creating strategic partnerships for your startups with an ability to focus and integrate technology internally and successfully while looking to the future. If you are the smart money, you can have a halo effect by virtue of the success you bring to your companies and for others. And last is the market leader, and I really struggle to find any market leaders in energy as of yet. The market leader is both smart money with Kaizen. If you are that or want to become the market leader, you will have managed to go deep, take risks, and have not only been able to show the market you have the vision for change, but you have been successfully able to implement it. Your platform and halo effect will attract those entrepreneurs that are the best in class from different business sectors, not just from energy, and will create financially and environmentally impactful technology solutions. Your Kaizen culture allows internal integration and deployment naturally within your firm. So let me end with this. Entrepreneurs, many of you have deep vision and are taking risks. We wish those in the room success. And also may you find that great investor that can help you make that big leap to greatness. For the energy investors, there's no reason that we as energy investors should not also aspire to be the smart money and the market leaders. The difference is that the majority of us have the people and the capital to have that long-term vision and look deeply into technologies. What we often lack is risk-taking and Kaizen. In a market that is rapidly evolving, that is a dangerous place to be for us as an industry. Let us all be inspired by the entrepreneurs, especially those in this room, and work together to become the next generation of energy investors. Thank you. And I'm willing to take the tough questions if there are any. No? Anyone here a market leader? Want to stand up? No? Very good. I guess I will hand back the mic and give you guys back some time, right?
Alex, thank you very much. Let's give Alex a hand.